It's my responsibility to explain to you why I think that person is unsafe now. After it was brought to my attention, the other side of the situation, I can no longer support or sit next to somebody like that. I gave him an opportunity to tell me out of his own mouth what happened. And it wasn't just even his own words. I can't. It goes against everything I believe in. I feel like people that generally, claim to be DV advocates and have access to vulnerable women who tell their stories. I believe that a predator would use that, right, as a shield, or is a shield the right word? Like a wolf in sheep clothing, I'm really, I'm also very disgusted with Corey for being involved in a call out of this person and knowing things that we didn't and thinking that it was a good idea that he was around us. Because in my opinion, it makes him just as guilty and just as bad. It actually makes sense why they were friends. For him to sit up there yesterday and try to minimize their friendship and them being close and all of that was wild to me to hear come out of his own mouth when he knows that there is a whole group that know different. He is literally just up there saying anything that he can to make us look bad because he is mad that we called him out for using women. And then you got weirdos like Karmatic coming up in here saying that, I wasn't really involved with that because it's two consenting adults. Listen, bitch. It's way more than that. And the fact that you know it's way more than that and you're minimizing it also, you're sick, bitch. You're sick. And it makes sense why y'all went one way and we went another. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be on the side I'm on. Because we all have the same beliefs about what he did. And all of you guys that thought it wasn't that big of a deal are all over there. So now I don't think any of y'all are safe either. You're just gonna fucking sweep shit under the rug, right? And you heard EPM say, oh, well, I called him out a couple times. Okay, cool. Good for you. But when I finally went live to speak on the situation because I hadn't publicly spoken about it, you said in my comments, I'm not talking about this publicly. Like we were sweeping it under the rug. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not. And you guys can say everything that you want to. Oh, they had to have known. They had to have known. No, we didn't. And I can explain to you why. That lame had two different platforms, okay? He had the platform we were a part of, and he had the positive platform, where most of his shit was going down. He had us joking about shit, thinking it was a joke when it fucking wasn't. And Lizard. Lizard. So there's more than a few things that twisted my guts yesterday when I was listening to him speak about what he did. It was a very uncomfortable call. And I'm trying to do this without speaking on the girl or her trauma and keeping it on what he did. Because I think that what Corey did yesterday by using her story is sick. Corey used her story yesterday as a deflection off of himself because he was being called out for his bad behavior as a male on this app. And if you guys, didn't catch on to that, you need more help than I thought. Question, who's currently hanging with Lizard? I left anything that had to do with him grow. I believe... No. Nobody stayed with him. Hold on. His allegations are 2 years old or more, unfortunately. Right, but how many reports were made on it? Until yesterday. Until I talked him into going and reporting it. How many? Well, I can tell you there's one now. That's what I can say. There's one now. I had to sit in there and listen to him long enough to get him to go in and fucking talk. When I tell you my stomach was in knots listening to him. Corey really had y'all out here thinking that we support that. But you know who supported him? Corey. I'm going to keep driving that home. Corey used a woman's story yesterday to hide. He also hid somebody that he says raped somebody and allowed him around us. Why? Why would you do that? Corey was absolutely cool with Lizard. They were friends. And that motherfucker was up there yesterday saying he wasn't ever his friend. How in the world do you know something about somebody like that from the woman's perspective and allow him around? Because I'm telling you, if it was me and I knew something like that, that'd be the last person I'd be having in chats with the people I care about the most. You got me fucked up. And now, of course, because of the hate for the group, it's going to be, oh, y'all knew. You guys knew. No, we didn't. But okay, we'll go with that, okay? Whatever you guys want to believe, go ahead and just do that. Because it doesn't make a damn difference. If somebody stays silent on the subject or speaks out on the subject, I'm going to be wrong either way. But if you don't see what I am trying to do by warning people, future people, by somebody claiming to be an advocate, and trying to get the word out the best I know how, then I don't know what else to do. No, we didn't know. I even messaged May yesterday. I was very upset yesterday because I had no fucking idea her side. It was just assumed that I had been in the exposure lives and stuff, which I wasn't. At all. In no way, shape, or form do I condone anything that Lizard has done. It was a really good deflection that you guys tried to do yesterday, though, using a woman and her trauma as content. Really gross. Cute deflection. I was also listening to the other people in the boxes in that live yesterday. And they kept saying, and you're worried about Corey? You're worried about Corey? Yeah, bitch, because that's all we knew about, dummy. You're sitting next to somebody that knew about what Lizard did and brought him around. What does that say about you? Because to me, I wouldn't look at that male as a very safe person at all. If he allowed a person like that, and I don't know what he's feeding them either, his new little groupies. I don't know what he's feeding them. I don't know what, listen, I heard him lie flat out of his mouth yesterday on that live when he knew he was lying. I watched it just fall out of his mouth like it was nothing. So I can't even imagine what he's telling his new little group. But what I'm telling you is, for a lot of us, that was the first time we ever heard that lady speak. But Corey knew. And if you think for 1 minute that they were not friends, and that they were not in chats, and that they were not in calls, and they were not buddy behind the scenes, you are an idiot. Flat out idiot. But y'all tried to put it on us? Queen, you should be embarrassed. Aren't you embarrassed that you used somebody's trauma as content yesterday? That's embarrassing, bitch. You're just like Corey. And y'all belong over there. Because if you were any type of fucking person that stood up for women, you damn be fucking. Oh, she said something. Yes, I did say that. I was talking to all the people coming in attacking him and just disregarded it. Queen. Y'all made this big old hill that y'all are just going to go die on, huh? Don't you see that Corey protected him in a group of women and didn't tell us what he did, knowing the story from the beginning? And I have the screenshot of the original call-out video. You know who's in it? Corey. Why was he ever allowed in chats with us? Ever? Answer me. And then y'all tried to put it on us, saying that that's the silly girl's new voice of reason. As if any of us over here need a voice of reason. I think that everybody can hear me really fucking clear. And I'm being real reasonable. It's just at a louder tone than normal. Sorry. You think I need anybody to speak for me? I don't. I actually stand for what I believe in, unlike you, bitch. Yeah, and you let Corey weasel his way to you too, dummy. And when that blows up, do not come crying to any of us. At all. Ever. You go stand by that man. You go do that. You got your little spot you wanted. I don't give a fuck if you're romantic with him. You're standing with him, bitch. You're co-signing what he's done, bitch. Did you ever ask Corey why he fucking allowed Blizzard around us? You don't stand for shit. Bitch. Sitting up there in lives with him is an embarrassment, especially now since you know you can't listen later when you decide to not be his friend, you don't get to say, I had no idea. You don't get to say that, bitch. Right? Because we didn't know. You do. You do. And you're still sitting there. But you know, as they say, you know, do what you want. You can talk to whoever you want. You are absolutely right. You are absolutely right. But don't make yourself look dumb when people decide to come into lives where he is and try to hold him accountable for things that he hasn't taken accountability for. Right? Why is this about Corey? Girl. You got your little seat next to Corey. That's what you always wanted. Proud of you. How is it not about Corey? When he co-signed what Lizard did and had him around his female friends in chats. Are you deaf? What aren't you understanding? Stop saying her name. Her story is not yours. Stop saying her name. You used a woman's trauma for fucking content. And to take the focus off of Corey for being called out for what he's done. You really got a lot of nerve, bitch. I haven't said the victim's name one time. Not once. And you sat up there and acted like we just knew all this shit about Box Lizard and the story and that we were sticking by our man, didn't you, bitch? Lies. Did you guys really think that I wasn't going to come and speak my side? I was in those chats. He was absolutely friends with Box Lizard. He was absolutely co-signing. He was absolutely disregarding his friend's story. And y'all fucking lied yesterday. In my mind, somebody that covers for a rapist is just as bad as a rapist, in my personal opinion. And that's just me, right? I don't know. Like, I'm fucking crazy. It's just me. Corey assumed that he was a leader of a group, yes? So wouldn't you think that he had some kind of like responsibility to the people that were in the group? Right? I don't know, by trying to like keep fucking rapists out of the group. That'd be like my first fucking thing. If I knew somebody was a rapist, that'd be like the first motherfucking thing I would do. I'd be like, what? Why do you feel comfortable coming over here, buddy? Ever. Are you telling me that you're believing that he wasn't friends with Lizard? I need to know that. Just tell me that part. And I know this whole thing's going to be on Reddit, and I'm okay with it. Listen, do your little comments about how I should have done this different, or stayed quiet, or I said too much, or why now, or, oh, you can't say anything because you supported them. All those things. Go ahead and do that. Both of them told me they hated each other. Show it. Because you can't really do that without showing it, right? You can't do that without showing it. Because I don't believe you. Because that is absolutely not how our chats are or went. Girl, listen, you guys, she was begging to be in Wreck-It. She was like, I want to be in Wreck-It. And then the whole fucking thing blew up over Corey. And Queen scooted her chair right up next to the fucking dude. Right up next to him. It's actually embarrassing. We see them live together now, and we just are like, oh my God. It's so embarrassing. She like swept up our crumbs. Oh my God. Bitch, I came to you and tried to have a private conversation with you about what was going on, and you know what you did? You went and ran to Corey. I knew right then that you were not a girl's girl, bitch. And that you can just go ahead and get used for whatever it fucking is that you're going to get used for over there, okay? Because at that point, you, as somebody that I thought that I cared about, became not my responsibility anymore. Because to me, if I know what skeezy shit, or I find out what skeezy shit a man is doing behind the scenes, and there are women friends of mine involved, I am absolutely a girl's girl and going to message you and be like, yo, don't get caught up in that. But what'd you do? You went and told. And then you scooted your chair right up next to him. That's crazy. I mean, let's be real. We gave you the chair. We gave you the chair. And then you just scooted it right up next to him. Aren't you embarrassed? Like, there's absolutely, when y'all fall out, there is absolutely no excuse for you, bitch. None. And I hope that you're protecting all of those female followers over in your lives, because you are going to be 100% responsible for any of them that get taken advantage of. Period. Just how we, because people think that we knew, are being held accountable for making Corey look safe to everyone we hang out with. The red flags were just so red, right? And then you kind of like spray paint them orange. And then, yeah, I take my accountability. I definitely should have been way more aware of what was going on where Corey was concerned. You know what I'm saying? But the red flag should have been that there were two different platforms with two different groups of women, right? Where we wouldn't know if he was threatening them with us, hiding behind us, right? He kept his one group separate. And they were so fucking terrified of us that they never fucking said a word. Because he made them believe that we were going to attack them if they said anything. Why? Because specifically me had done it a couple times publicly when I shouldn't have, because I only had his side. Queen, who do you think you're talking to like that in my chat, bitch? You want me to come in your live and start fucking cap locking all your people or what? Leave Artie alone. Bitch. Why don't you go get Corey? Maybe he'll save you. Somebody save me. Me from this hell. You know, your jelly roll. You know, bitch? Bunny? Where's he at? Where's Corey at? I want Corey to come in here and tell me to my motherfucking face that I support Lizard. Of course he's live. I hope he can hear me. Corey, you're a liar. You absolutely were friends with Lizard. You absolutely talked to him on phone calls. You absolutely had him around a group of women knowing what he did. Because you were a part of the original call out of Lizard. How is this our fault again? I hope that he's live explaining that part. Because you absolutely lied over and over and over and over again. Yesterday. You did. You lied. Aw, he's having a hard time keeping his live. That's sad. Hey, Bunny, your jelly roll's live. Why don't you go over there? Go get in the box. And his sister Casey is the one that added him to our main chat just a few weeks ago. Casey, you know, the one that cried over Corey. He lied to me. He lied to me. Yeah, it was really fucking embarrassing.